lot of times in these towns, there are always storage facilities that are not on Google Maps. You want to make sure that you don't miss those as well too, and you add those to your list. And I call those the hidden market. So that's here. Let's see. So that's the B&S. Oh, look, yeah, see, here's Gadsden. This is a bigger one right here. See how big that facility is? That's a massive, huge facility here. So, you know, and then when you see like storage facilities like that are massive, huge, this is basically how it works. Mr. Gadsden, right? He started out like, you know, building this. These are like several phases, right? This is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, maybe phase 4. You know, maybe he has this. This is probably what he had first, and he owned all this land. And then he was like, yeah, I own all this land right here. He's like, I'm gonna start building me some storage. And he came in and started building all these, because you can kind of see the roof is rusted a little bit on these. So maybe he could afford some of that. And you see that a lot as well too in the tertiary markets, right? So then the question you have to ask, can I afford something like this, right? Can I afford this one? Well, okay. Should I call this guy? Is this something that I should call or not call? Okay, should I add this one to my list? Okay. And then what you're going to do when you're in these little tiny towns, like in the middle of nowhere, you want to just make sure that there's no storage facilities that you miss that may or may not be on Google Maps, right? So I'm not sure, this doesn't really look like a storage, but let's just say, you know, this one could be a storage here. Let's see, let's just drop down and see what it looks like here. Let me see. Yeah, let's just drop here and see what it looks like. Let me look. Oh, wait, let's see. Okay. Oh, no, this is like a big kind of like maybe warehouse place is what it is. Yeah. You can say, okay, that's definitely not storage. Some sort of business. Yeah, it's got security and stuff. Okay. So that's not storage. All right. And then you say, let's see, maybe there's something else in here. Let's just look and see. And I call this virtually driving for storage. And it's really like, you know, are there any storage facilities that I miss? And once you start really kind of training the eye, you notice what storage looks like. So obviously you could see storage looks like, you know, buildings like this, right? Unless it's in a climate control building, right? And then it looks like a big square or whatever. And those are kind of harder to detect, but like typical storage facilities, you could totally tell this is a storage, this is a storage, right? And then you can kind of virtually look around and maybe see if there's a storage facility that you missed. And a lot of times in these towns, there are always storage facilities that are not on Google Maps, right? So you want to make sure that you don't miss those as well too, and you add those to your list. And I call those the hidden market, okay? So let's just see here. I'm not sure. This looks like a commercial building. This is cemetery. What's this? No, this is some commercial building. I mean, it looks like a good sized town. You know, it looks like a good sized town. And so you know, and a lot of times outside, you know, on the outskirts of the town, there may be a storage facility as well too, okay? So you want to make sure you're looking like everywhere just to make sure that you don't miss anything, right? You know, there might be something on the outskirts as well, okay? Especially like here's the, right here, this area over here, this is the hospital. Right, so it's got like a little emergency hospital area, you know, so, you know, might be growing out towards this way. All right, so you just want to make sure that you're really looking and trying to see if you can virtually find some storage. And a lot of times, you know, you'll find something if you just stay along the main road. Maybe you'll find like a small one in here somewhere. Okay. And then once you take a minute and kind of look through this, you say, okay, I think I got everything. This is on my list. Now, when you put like our list, I'll show you maybe next time what our list looks like. But essentially, it's like the name of the facility And then it's like the address of the facility. And then we also write down the website, the phone number, the Google reviews. How many Google reviews does it have? You know, is it 2-star, 3, 4 stars? You know, does it have how many star ratings, and then how many reviews does it have? Because that's another way that we kind of classify our leads, is like if it's like, you know, if it has like a 2-star rating and it's on Google Maps, it's obviously not being managed properly, right? So we should be calling that owner to see if they're interested in selling, because they're just probably like not into it, right? Okay. All right. So that's really virtually driving for storage. And we spend quite a bit of time. Actually, my VAs, that's their job, is to virtually drive for storage. All right. And then once you really, here's Sneeds. Once you really start getting into it, you'll train your eye to really pick up on storage. All right. It gets easier and easier to do this. Okay. So it is kind of tedious. Let's look at this one and see what it looks like. This is it here. Okay. No, this is somebody's house. This is not a storage facility. All right. This is a nice looking house right here. Laura with the big pool in the back. All right, but there's probably a storage facility in this town somewhere. It's probably just not, and that's another thing too. So C&H mini storage, oh look, 2.7 stars, and there's no website or anything on here. So like essentially what I would say is like, okay, this is a good lead. C&H mini storage probably exists, but we don't know where it's at. It's in Sneeds, Florida. So I'm going to look for it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find the owner. And I'm going to call the owner and see if he's interested in getting an offer. Okay. Now, okay. So now we're in. So basically I'm in Crexy. Okay. So how do we find owner information? We do that through Crexy. All right. Crexy has 2 different types of like search engines. One of them is like all facilities for sale, right? So I could just go right here to for sale, and then you could see all the storage in Crexy, right? You could do all types, and then you could do self-storage and then apply. All right. And then you could see all of the storage facilities for sale. There's 663 storage facilities for sale on Crexy right now. Remember that I told you this is also an easy way to find storage for sale. And look, this one right here is a store. Here's some sort of storage. Now, storage could be like a whole bunch of different things, right? Storage could be like warehouse storage or whatever, you know, but so just, you know, work your way through it. Here's land. You could do land, you know, so, but, we don't look, I personally don't look for storage on Crexy because I feel like the prices are way too high. And I really just like to go to the owners directly, because sometimes I just feel like brokers just get in the way of everything. And I just want to talk to the owner directly, you know, but I always have to go through the broker, which is very frustrating. Actually, the one that I'm closing on this week, there's a broker, and he was a very nice, good broker, but it was just like some of the times I just wanted to just talk directly to the owner. And the only reason I'm buying this facility is because a wholesaler brought it to me. All right, so that's it. But I like to go to the owner directly is what I like. Okay, so now the reason I use Crexy, now you have to pay for this. It's like $150 a month. All right, just so you know. But the reason I use Crexy is because you can get all of the information of like the owner of a property. Okay. And you do that through like the sell, I think, is it sales comps? No, properties is where it is. So I pay for that. So you probably don't have that. If you went to Crexy, you wouldn't see that because I pay for it. But let me see here. So then I go to here. Yeah. So let's do all types. And then you'll be able to just like, let's see, let's pull this property up here. I'm not sure. And then we use Crexy to find owner information. All right. So let's just say here, okay, let's just say here's the property that you wanted to buy. All right, it shows you the contact information. You just have to click it. It gives you the phone number and if there's an email address available, it also gives you the email address. This is one of the ways that we use Crexi. It's not the only way, but it's one of the ways. But it's a very easy way to find the owner's information. It's just to, because the thing with Crexi not only gives you access to the properties that are for sale, it gives you access to every property in the country, every property. Okay. And so you can have, like, you literally can find like any type of property on Crexi, and you can see, you can get a lot of the one I really love about Crexi is it gives you the email address as well too. So let's just say this is sold. This is self-storage. And so, and then this is, yeah, so this is sale. This is all of the storage facilities that have ever been sold since 1960. You get access to that database. All right. I mean, how powerful is that? There's 35,000 storage facilities that have been sold since 1960, right? And then we could just click on, like, this one here. I don't know. This is 2,500 square feet, $211,000 is what it's. I don't even know where this one is, but, and then you can just click on it. Self-storage, 25 units, $211,000. Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy. So this one just sold on March 31st, right? And so it, and then you can see, here's the property history, the tax histories here. Here's the ownership. Henny Properties owns this. You just click on it, open it up, and it gives you, look, all the phone numbers and even the email address of this owner, right? How awesome is that? It's like powerful, right? Okay. And so we just use Crexi, right? Now, obviously it's $150 a month. And if you want to use Crexi, just email me at, like, email me at questions@stacyrossetti.com. Okay. And then I'll introduce you to Grant, who is our person for Crexi or whatever. He'll make sure that's the $150 is a Stacy price. Typically it's $200 a month. Okay, just so you know. And I don't get any cutbacks or anything like that. He just says, like, anybody that signs up under you, will just give them, $50 off a month. Okay. But so then you can just have access to all this information, plus so much more. Here's all the comps, demographics, population. I mean, everything, like floodplains, climate. I mean, it really, like, anything that you need about the property, Crexi has it, like, right at your fingertips. I'm telling you, it's super, super powerful, and it's worth $150,000, worth $150 a month. Okay. All right. If you really are serious about getting in and buying real estate property, you have access to every property in the country, every property, all the people's information.